We are taking a live look right now of Moosehead Lake. Looks like snow might be coming down.
Yeah, I think they are getting a little bit. I mean, they're not going to get the most out of this storm.
Right.
But they'll get a little bit, and they got a lot during the week. So I think in the end, you know, everybody that loves winter in Maine is going to be happy.
Right.
And we aim to please around here, Chloe.
We do. You know, we made up for last time. I mean, this past week has been crazy. It's, a lot.
We have winter finally, and it's a good old-fashioned one, like we remember when we were growing up.
I do remember this.
Whatever,
indeed.
Chloe.
Yeah.
You're like 20 degrees younger than all of us. I don't believe that story at all. Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about this one. Third of the week, last one of the stretch. It's going to be the biggest for the southern Maine towns. Northern Maine, you're not going to see a flake in the county from this storm at all. There are some really insane bands that are setting up, and you get this when you get stronger storms and nor'easters, where you can get some lighter snow to fall for a while, and then a heavier band sets up. Across York County, we have some moderate to heavy snow. Cumberland County, same thing. I threw temps on here so you get an idea. 32, 32, 33, 32, 33. This is wet snow, and it's sticky snow. It's getting pasted to trees and limbs right now, and we're now starting to get some power outages. There are about 1,500 in York County and 1,500 in Cumberland County. Most of them are actually in Harpswell right now, which is always a spot that loses power. Sadly, a lot of the town doesn't have it right now. There's a very, very heavy band right here. I mean, you can clearly make it out. That dark shade of blue that's heading up into the mountains of western Maine. This is epic snow, like 2 inches per hour type snow. And it's very heavy still through the Oxford Hills, back through Lewiston and Augusta. And these temperatures are a couple of degrees colder. 30 for Lewiston, 29 Turner, 28 in Bethel. So the snow's drier, a little easier to maneuver and move around. That band, that epic one, goes through Augusta, Waterville, and right through the northern part of Penobscot Bay into MDI right now. Insane snow for Castine and Belfast, and on up the river to about Bangor. I don't think it goes through Bangor, though. In fact, the snow line will stop somewhere up near Lincoln or Millinocket. There is the leading edge of it right here. Temp is 16 in Millinocket. No flakes for Presque Isle, but you are cold this morning. 2 below 0. Starting to see some wind gusts. It's not anything insane, but with about 3 to 6 inches of wet snow clinging to things, you don't need much of a breeze to crack a limb, and that's what's starting to occur in York County and Cumberland County. So power outages are on the table. They will happen. Hopefully there aren't a ton of them. Low pressure is transferring its energy to a new one, and unlike most nor'easters, this one will not go up through the Gulf of Maine into the Bay of Fundy and then the Maritimes. This one's going due east, so it cuts off northern Maine from getting snow, and that's why it's a southern half of the state storm. So the next few hours, strong bands setting up, thumping snow, winds gusting along the coast. There will be some whiteouts at times. Blizzard-like conditions are possible. Midday, heavy snow continues, but the northern edge starts to retreat back to Bangor, and during the afternoon, it will go all the way back to the coastline by 3 o'clock, and then off the coast as we head into the evening hours. So terrible driving conditions now through midday. As the roads and the snow tapers off, the roads will get better, and cleanup can begin. I do recommend, though, that if you're in southern Maine in this heavy, wet snow, you go out there in the next couple of hours mid-storm and do a little cleanup. You'll thank me and yourself later, because if you have to remove all of this at once, it's going to be extremely difficult, not only on your back, but just getting a snowblower through it will be really difficult too. 8 to 12 plus likely for southern Maine. The amounts go down very quickly as you go north. Bangor 4 to 5, north of Bangor, couple of inches, nothing north of Millinocket. Tomorrow, sweet finish to the weekend. After you clean up, go out and play. There's a ton of stuff to do. The weather will cooperate. The sun will be out, and it'll actually be on the mild side, 40 to 45. Next week will be dominated by an area of low pressure in the Canadian Maritimes. The winds will be out of the north, and they're going to drive in a chill. Nothing severe, but it is going to feel pretty chilly and winter-like, not spring-like. But it should keep the storm track to our south, and we'll stay storm-free next week. I think all of us need that at this point. Gale warnings are up, seas 9 to 12 feet, east winds gusting to 50 knots. Heavy snow this morning, tapers off this afternoon, temperatures in the lower 30s. Tomorrow, sun returns, not much wind in the lower 40s, actually pretty good. That sun stays bright on Monday. It'll be breezy, highs 40 to about 45. And then it's a little chillier through most of the middle part and second half of next week. Very similar conditions too, partly sunny skies around 40. It'll be breezy. I can't rule out a rain or snow shower really at any point, but I don't think there'll be any accumulation. It's just going to be kind of like nuisance stuff every once in a while. But it's a quiet week. It's a storm-free week, and that's what's most important.